left them swimming for their lives down in New Orleans. Can't afford a gallon of gasoline. With your useless degrees and your contrary statistics, this government business is straight up statistic. This black rain, oh, said a black rain, gonna fall.
Hi, I'm Matthaeus. I'm going last this time because we had a little bit of, because Ralph couldn't finish his speech last weekend, as you know. I want to say that I'm very relieved that nothing happened over the weekend. There was no large sacrifice that I was afraid of. I'm glad that nothing happened. But remember, until May 1st, we're still living in we're still right now in the season of cold blood sacrifice, so just look out, be careful. I'll start out with a poem. It's called Heart of Gold. Remember what's important when it comes to material things. Use what you own around you to help spread your mental wings. And go wherever they take you. He'll guide you on your way. Carry the great work in your heart and create some change today. I was going to start with some stuff I've found out, some stories that we heard on our programs that we listen to. Apparently now standing up for your rights in your land, you're considered a domestic terrorist. We have a paper about that, actually. We'll bring that to you next week and we'll read it to you. But there's actually a Homeland Security thing that they've written that is for official personnel only, but I think we got it from IntelliHub. Somehow they got it, so we got a copy of that. And it's pretty ridiculous. It demonizes people that own guns and are responsible. It demonizes people that disagree with what the government says. Apparently, we disagree with the government stealing people's farmland, and that must make us a domestic terrorist, right? No, you know what who really sounds like a terrorist here? Yeah, the government, of course. You know, and I know that. Here's an interesting thing we heard on, I believe this was from What Really Happened with Michael Rodero on RBN, Republic Broadcasting Network. In the Dzhokhar Tsarnaev court case, that guy that supposedly did the Boston bombings, his lawyer wanted to seek information on how Tamerlan may have been an FBI informant. Dzhokhar would have been a patsy if that was the case. And the judge said no. If there's no, I don't understand that. I don't know why this man is being treated like he has no rights and guilty until proven innocent crap. But yeah, but because they said so, that makes him a terrorist and somebody that's hurting somebody. Yeah. You know that if that happened to you, you would want people to speak up for you, right? If you're in that situation and you didn't belong there. But apparently, whatever the mainstream media says is what it is. So, that's it. Now, I also heard that the backpacks on their backs on that day were photoshopped on their backs. So, I don't know what the deal is, but there's a lot of strange crap that happens with all these big celebrated anniversary attacks that they like to talk about. Something I just realized the other day, I heard on the news that Columbine Library was torn down after the shooting. And then I remember, guess what? Sandy Hook School was torn down after the shooting. 911 was cleaned up with no investigation. There's 3 examples right there of Are they hiding something? And apparently we'll never know. But if they accuse you of something, you get searched in and out, right? If they accuse you of something, yeah, that's how it goes. And it's completely wrong. I think that's about it, what we have. I just think it's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. That they think whatever they say goes. It's absolutely insane. And then on the Steve Harvey show today, this woman said, looking up, she said she was researching on the internet, and then she says, well, the truth on the internet, yeah, we know how that is, or some crap like that, trying to dissuade people from looking into truth. If you hear this a lot, I mean, it's a lot. They said it on the Whose Line Is It Anyway last weekend. Like she said, just like the points don't matter, just like truth on the internet. Now that also could go in a positive way because, yeah, apparently they keep saying that, but there's a lot of truth on the internet. And people still continue to look up things on the internet research. Why do you do research on the internet if you don't believe it's true? It's mind-boggling to me that people will trust the mainstream media over the internet. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like ingrained in people's minds that don't trust the internet. It's bad. You know why they say that? Because they can't control the internet. They can control mainstream media. They already do. Don't allow yourself to be controlled. Don't allow people to tell you how things are the way they are. Because we can change this together. There's also another thing that's been ingrained in people's minds. Oh, you can't change the world. This is reality. You know what? You can change it. The majority don't agree with it, and they go and they decide that they don't want this anymore, and they're not going to stand for it like the Bundy Ranch, and they stood up for their land. Then guess what? It does change good reality. They didn't just lean back while the BLM came in and took all their stuff and said, oh, well, that's just how it is. No. Stand up and say no. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, or just to stand down. Stand up for yourself. We'll be bringing you updates about more news and whatever we find next week. I'd like to close with a poem. It's called Courage Will Conquer Fear. Death is not the end, and truth is our best friend. We won't allow the force of fear to hold us back again. When courage breaks fear's chains, we'll grab the horse's reins and charge into the night, turning darkness into light. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Puppetry Poetry for Truth, Episode 8. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the viewers to take the time to watch this. Thank you.
For you, to have no sympathy for us, till I cry for you. Cause you may kill the revolutionary, but the revolution you can never bury. And walking in the streets, we conquer you.